Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everybody. We are here with Jaciara and Pedrito for our English immersion. Today, we are going to talk about soap operas and their impact. I'm here to replace Bruna, that is the owner of this immersion. So I hope you enjoy the way I conduct the immersion as well, guys. And we are here in the Talk and Talk platform that is a language conversation platform where we can talk in English, Spanish, French, Italian, Mandarin. And those immersions is very interesting because it's not class. I'm not a teacher. We don't have teacher in the platform. All of us are students, but we have hosts to conduct the conversations. And here, nobody correct nobody. We talk, we improve ourselves just in a natural way, like the kids. We talk, and with the time, we improve ourselves. Here, nobody is supposed to judge nobody. So no matter if we speak with a different accent, pronounce different, if the person don't ask a help for a translation, for a way how to say the word, we don't say anything. Just let the person talk. Later on, we when we see the record, we see ourselves as talking and say, "Oh my God, I pronounced this word wrong," and then we start to self-correct with the time. It's very interesting. And people from YouTube, to get more information about the platform, you can access talkandtalk.com.br and you can get more information about the system. Well, I'm going to introduce myself and then I'm going to ask my friends to do the same. I'm Amanda Oliveira. I live here in Januária, Minas Gerais, in a small city. I live here with my husband, with my son. We have two dogs. Oh my goodness, two Tasmania dogs, I can say. They drive my life crazy, but they are very nice. And right now, I'm not working. I'm a QA engineer, but right now I'm not working, and I'm studying technology because it's my second graduation. I just did a career transition. I used to work in cruise ships before as in the tourism industry, and then I moved to this technology industry that is very different. And it's very interesting because it's every day something new. So I keep learning, I keep studying every day to keep updated. And that's it about me. How about you, Pedrito? Can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Pedrito. I am 36 years old. I live in Santa Maria, Rio Grande do Sul, born and raised here. And I'm married. I have a daughter. She is 9 years old. And I have two cats too. I'm a DevOps engineer. Uh, and in my free time, I like to enjoy with my family, go outside, to go to a park, to a club, and play some games with my daughter and enjoy time with my wife. And I'm here in Talk Talk since June this year to improve my speaking English.
Thank you, Pedrito. And English is so necessary, right, in your area because it's like documentations and everything new is first in English. So you must you must have English in your daily life, right?
Yeah, it's important to grow up at the career.
Yeah. You're doing great. Thanks for coming. And Jaciara, can you please introduce yourself?
Well, good morning. My name is Sarah or Jassy, as you may call me. I'm 31 years old. I live in Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, in the northeast of Brazil. I'm a UX writer. Actually transitioning to UX writing, but I'm not working on it right now. Uh, I actually don't think I've mentioned this before, but actually graduating in political science, and uh, I started this year actually, and I'm also a writer. I write science fiction and fantasy, and I live with my mom and sister, and I like to read. I like to, I don't know, do whatever. those kind of things related to arts, and I'm really happy because I love learning language to just keep on learning, keep on improving myself. I think you have to always keep on improving yourself, whatever area of your life you choose to keep on improving yourself. That's it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And it's what we call lifelong learning, right?
Yeah,
This is real. It's forever. No matter which area you are, you always need to keep learning. If if you are not in a college and a school, you still need to. I'm here with my 43 years old. I'm back to school. I'm studying every day. And I'm looking forward, Pedrito, to read Jassy book. I really want to see this book. When you publish, please make sure you tell us because I want to read your book. I like
I'll make
books.
sure.
Nice. So, Jassy, I'm going to start with you. Can you please read question number one for us and answer?
Sure. Uh, Question number one. Do you like or have you ever liked watching soap operas? What's your favorite one? I, as everyone in this country do, I watched Brazilian soap operas since I was a kid. I watched O Clone, I watched Avenida Brasil, I watched, the most famous ones. I don't think there is a single person in Brazil that has watched a soap opera at least once in their lives. So I don't think I have a favorite one, but I think the I think I think Avenida Brasil is the close one because I think I remember back then there was this thing on the internet. There was like there was a fever. There was the demonstrated. There was a really good soccer, and people were anxious for every episode of the soccer, and I liked that emotion that we had back then. I also had experiences with Korean soap operas since 2016. It's kind of different from Brazilian soap operas. It's like they're like how can I say? It's like more. It's they're shorter and they have a broader genres and ano- they approach another topics the Brazilian soap operas doesn't approach. And that's it. I think I've been liking Korean soap operas more than the Brazilian ones.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know I never ever saw one Korean soap opera, but it's not like I don't watch, but I think it's famous right now. Many people watch those dorama. It's
Yeah, it's
different.
called dorama, but it's dorama is for Asian content in general. Could be a Chinese soap opera, could be a Thai soap opera. It could be in general.
Um,
So that's it.
Thank you, because I'm not aware of that. Thanks for telling me. But I knew that I have some friends that they are very fan. They always put some dorama things. Oh my goodness, I should watch one day to see. And what you said is true. It's a Brazilian tradition, I think, from our grandmas, from our mothers, at least in my family also, that my family, my neighbors, because I remember my mom, they went in the streets in the evening or in the afternoon and talk about the previous day, about the episode from the previous day. And it's like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen today? What do you think? It was very interesting those days. Even if I was not that fan of soap opera, to see them talking about that and people on the bus talking about one soap opera that is like, oh my God, let's just see what happened. I can't believe this guy. It looks like it's their real life.
Like,
It's
like who was the killer? And you had to wait to the last chapter to see who was the killer.
and what killed us was Friday night because usually Friday night was the biggest the epic the top of the most interesting part of the soap opera, let's say, on the week is always on Friday night. Why? Because we need to wait for the whole weekend for Monday to see that. And I remember some soap operas. Nowadays, I don't watch actually. I don't even know how it is then. But I used to watch on. I like to watch. I used to like soap operas like from other cultures, like Caminho das Índias, when they go to other countries. So I like to know about those countries. That's why my previous profession was like that, to travel. And when I watch the news, I say, oh, I've been this place or this. It's nice. I really like it, those soap operas. And you, Pedrito?
For me, I remember when I younger, uh, together with my family, I not have the power to choose what I, ca- I could watch, but and I watching these soap operas, and I like it at this time, and but I think now is totally different than before. The way the how changed, and I'm usually like more this historical, like or about other cultures, like you said, uh, Italian or Indian or other, because you can learn about the culture and understand some things, some new things too. It's good for that. But now I'm not watching more.
Yeah. You said something nice, Pedrito. You said when you were a child, when you were younger, you don't have option because we were when we were young. In my case, it was only one TV in the main room, and of course,
Yeah,
mom
me
and
too.
daddy. You too. So no option for us. But at this time, I think the soap operas was okay for the kids to watch. It was not so much violent or some things that is too much exposed. For example, now I'm a mom, and certain movies I don't let my son watch. He's 10 years old. And I think what I see on the advertisement, I don't watch soap opera nowadays, but what I see on the in the advertisements, like the shorts and parts they show, certain things I think he's not ready yet to see because he's going to ask too much questions. So certain things I prefer myself to explain him little by little, not to for him to see exposed. And certain soap operas is very spicy to see to be on the open TV for kids. What do you think, Pedrito? You have kids nowadays.
Yeah, my daughter is 9 years old. She likes to watch some series, kid series, and here in my home, we don't watch open channels because is just news about violence, and the soap operas is so different now.
Yeah. Do you agree? Yes. Nowadays, the soap operas are more uh, spice and violence than before.
I think that especially the ones that they're aired after 10 p.m. It's kind of they're kind of spicy, yes. They're actually not made for children. They make sure to let it show that they're not made for children. And it's kind of sad because it should be a time that a family could gather around the couch to watch something nice, but it doesn't exist anymore that time. It doesn't exist a time like that anymore. We can appreciate something like that anymore. It's sad.
I don't see myself sitting with my mom, my husband, my son, or another child, or one old person also, and see certain soap operas like those 10 after 10, 10, 10 o'clock. You say that is more, those soap operas are more for more adults. So this for adults, I'm shy to watch next to the old people also. It's not nice. Imagine you watching something too violent or too spicy, and your grandma, your mom is next to you. It's not nice. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old-fashioned. I don't know. Pedrito, question number 2. What do you think? Can you read an answer for us?
Do you think Brazilian soap operas influence societies, culture, and behaviors? How? Yeah, I agree. I have some relatives in a small city near Santa Maria, and then I think for with this small series in this small series can influence more, or we can see more the influence because like some I don't watch more, but about some news or some chit chats about the one episode, for example, and some people doing well or in a month before a month after uh, came the same history came up and is I think is can can influence and have this influence about everything, not just soap operas, but like the hour, like you said, the the 10 p.m. is more for adults and other stuff, other rules we have now different than before. All these things influence the society directly or not.
Thanks for sharing your opinion. Yeah, I think so too. And you know, what I like is certain times influence for good, but certain times influence for bad. Because I don't know, most of those soap operas are for the medium class or lower class, right? Because higher class are not is not the main target for those kind of news shows. And so I don't know, maybe it's in my mind, but I think certain times, if they want to influence something in people's minds, they put certain news that say to influence people badly. Sometimes, not only political, or they want to promote something. I'm very open mind, so it's like no matter your choice, your nobody which kind of choice? For religion, for football, for uh, uh, sexuality? I don't know how to say that. I forget the name. And no matter what you choose, because we all live in society, everybody respecting each other, and it's not a problem. But sometimes I think they like to impose certain things, and they show certain things on the TV, and people try to reproduce in real life, and instead of getting better, the conditions for certain people get worse because they see the behavior of certain actors on the TV. I don't know. It's a kind of polemic, this question too. What do you think, Jassy?
Well, I think it's exactly like this. Is just like the media, especially TV now, is soap operas. They exploited the corrupt corrupt political uh, stereotype. Everything they put around politics in a soap opera in a series is about a politic being corrupt, and that kind of image sticks in people's minds. In everything, in you, if you ask someone, what do you think about this politics? Ah, they must be corrupt. And this is a movement that being that didn't start now. It's been it's been being planted in people's minds since I don't know, since Zorra Total was on. And on another spectrum, there is a lot of things that can supporters can influence our society, like in culture. Whenever something is a high topic on a soap opera, like bring back again or clone it, like they had this like uh this bracelet for hand. They you could get started here and uh, wrapped around your wrist. It sold like crazy back then. And everything that becomes popular around soap operas sells like crazy to people. So influence it does influence society, does influence people's behavior because it's the thing people watch the most in Brazil. But if you want to think about it, if you want to stop and think about it, a soap opera is a representation of the Brazilian people. Is a representation of how the big, the people in power see us. Is a representation of the people in power, the people from the Sudeste, from the people in power, see the people from the Nordeste. Like you can see on the soap operas, you can see on the TV series they make, you can see on the way people absorb these stereotypes, and they spread this kind of behaviors across the society. So it does influence the society and culture as well.
Totally agree too. And regarding the next question, I don't know if they're the kind of soap opera I watch. Read the question number three, Jassy, please, and answer. So I'm going to observe your answer, and I can answer.
Do you prefer soap operas, period soap operas, or contemporary ones? Why? In Korean soap operas, there's a term called sageuk that's called for period soap operas, and it is usually set in the imperial time of Korea, and they're actually usually really sad because people were really sad back then and had really tough lives. So if you wanna cry, watch a Korean period soap opera, except the comedy ones. But related to Brazil, I think I prefer the contemporary ones because they bring issues that we have today, and I think we need to discuss these issues more, like homophobia, like racism, like this xenophobia, like this kind of things we need to discuss more. In, although they are making an effort to discuss these topics in the periods of operas, I don't think it has the reach to the uh, modern soap opera has, especially because a modern soap opera is always the most famous one. And I think I prefer the soap operas, the contemporary ones because of this, because it has it is more related to modern social issues. That's it.
Listen. And you, Pedrito?
Uh, yeah, like I said before, I like more the historical ones or the period soap operas because we can learn about the history and uh, understand some things different the when you're just read from a book, for example. Uh, Maybe we can be influenced about uh, some thought uh, from who write this, but uh, I think uh, about the history, I prefer about the historical things. Just it.
Yeah, I think as we said before, it's true. I just remember though, I like those kind of soap opera as well. And because I remember just Caminho das Índias. The rest I don't remember the name, but we have, you mentioned before, the Italian one. I watched, but I don't remember the name. It was a long time ago. We have one from Turkey, something like that. And I always like to see those. You
I
remember,
love the
Jess?
one. I love the one that I didn't know if it was a soap opera, but it was called A Casa das Sete Mulheres. It was really good. It it was it was it was really late at night, so and I was a kid back then, so uh, I don't know how I watch it, but I watch it.
Maybe
It and it was I
you
was
might
a
get.
yes, but it was really good, and I remember the acting was really good, and then was a historical one. It was about historical facts, so I remember it was really good.
That's true. Not only those about those countries when they come with those cultures, but from our past as well, from the slave slavedom also. And it's nice to know. Of course, we read on the books, but sometimes it's nice to see the history. Of course, there is plenty drama, and they put flowers in the soap opera, but it's interesting to see as well. I like those. But what you said about the contemporary ones is also important because certain people don't talk about certain topics, and it's important because it's part of us and some, I don't say polemic, but um, like you say about racism, homophobia, those kind of things. It's very important, and people don't talk here. So if they put in the soap opera, sometimes they start to talk about this in our society. That's true. And question number 4. Who read the last one? Was Pedrito or Jaci? I remember.
Just I can read now.
Yes, please.
Which social issues addressed in soap operas caught your attention the most? Yeah, now I don't watch more, but I think I don't like more because the way this came up, some things like the just said about some problems, society problems, and sexuality and the other things. Uh, uh, this I think, and the some ways of violence is different. I don't know, but I think we uh, we raise it with some moves uh, and American moves and moves not about our country and our history. And now these soap operas can show more the how the society do something nowadays, and I think it's not good for the people to can influence them, and it's not good.
Okay, thank you, Pedrito. And what do you think, Jas, about that? About what Pedrito just shared his opinion? What's your opinion?
I think the social issue that addressed the soap opera that caught my attention the most, it was because I remember back then when soap opera that was on, I don't remember the name, but I remember what happened because it was the first time they showed the same-sex kiss on TV, and I was really happy because it happened. And it was like I remember so many people being happy because of it, and parents talking to their child because it happened, and accepting their child, and kind of changing the way they saw the child. So I think it just show how soap operas does influence the society. It can change something. It's just a story. It's not just a story. It's a representation of who we are, and we can be better people with better stories that really have represent our people. So I think what we have now is good, but we can have more. We can have more representation, more diversity, more 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 equality, more. I don't know. I just need it. I just want the same person, the same people to have the same opportunities.
Yeah, this thing is true. I like nowadays, not nowadays, but lately, the soap operas, the channels are looking for to have more mixed people. Like the real world is like that, so they try to bring uh, to their crew the the society, and that's I think is interesting because next to me, my society, my neighbors, my it's very diverse, let's say. Here home we are already diverse because my husband is black, so my son is a mix of us, right? But he has more, his appearance is more black than from my side, that I'm white. And he started to see a difference because at his school is not like that, for example, most white people, right? And then he started to ask me things about why my hair is like that and this. And I have friends that they are gay and around me, gay and a lesbian as well. I have both of them because I used to work in a place that we have many, we have every kind of person all over the world. And I become friends of these people because, first, because most of them was very funny. And when my husband was not on board with me, he really preferred me to have those friends than boy friends, right? And but it was always funny. The histories I have I could write a book, I think, Jassy. But I already have this in my life, so I don't need my son to watch this in the TV because we already belongs to this world. But I don't like certain things that is too much exposed. For example, I don't kiss my husband in front of my son, right? If we are a couple, like hetero couple, and my friends that they are couple, like boy and boy, they don't kiss also in front of my son. But we hug each other, we do affect, no, have affections, but not expose things. I don't like too much expose because he's already TDAH. And if we expose too much next to him, I need to explain too much things. And, I'm not prepared to explain certain things. I prefer to do little by little, but I merge, even with when we travel to other country also, I always immerse him in those different words. He play with black people. He play with white people. He play with girls, with boys. I don't do exception of nobody. Have empathy and respect. The rest he's going to learn with life, but I try to at least teach this. But from home, you don't need to watch certain soap operas to see this. I already bring this to my world. Let's see. I think we have time for one more question. You can choose any question, Jassy, from the ones that we have, because we can have
O-
maybe more.
Okay, let me see.
It's about soap opera, but we are talking about many things, huh, Pedrito? About society and a lot of
The last
thoughts.
question. Which soap opera villain do you find the most iconic? Well, for me, it's always the Nazareth Tedesco.
Yeah,
She's such an icon. She's such an icon. And she became a meme, so she became eternized. And so she was a delight to see on TV, on social media through videos, and she and the actress was such a delight to see. Was such a wonderful actress, and I don't know, I think she did a really good job, and I think you don't see many iconic characters like this anymore in these days. Every time they put on a rerun on TV, I'm watch again because it's such a good character, it's such a good soap opera. So for me is this.
I'm not trying to remember here quickly in my mind somebody, because long time ago I don't watch so that. But this one is iconic for sure because even nowadays when I'm in my WhatsApp groups with my tech friends and we discussing something that is so hard, sometimes I really don't understand that somebody just throw this meme from Nazareth Tedesco and say, yeah, I'm really this meme right now because you're talking and I'm a Nazareth Tedesco and it's a remarkable, it's part of our history. That's true. I just remember her right now, like this kind. Do you remember other one, Pedrito? Another iconic?
I think I just think the name, I think is Carminha, about the Avenida Brasil. The the good one too.
Yeah, that's true. When they are good, how to pronounce this word? Below. I can see the word, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Villain,
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 I think. Yeah.
villain.
Villain,
Villain, yeah.
Yeah.
Villain.
villain.
This word is new for me. I mean, in English, I never
Yeah.
used that. I don't have too many of them in my life. Oh my goodness. Well, that was a quick question. If to answer, maybe we can answer another one. Oh, Pedrito, you can choose another one still from those remaining.
About number 10, in your opinion, what is more important in a soap opera, the story or the characters? Characters. Yeah, for me, is the story, sure, about the new things, about the culture is so amazing. See and know about other cultures, uh, and I think is better than some characters. They put someone's about our society or mix them, but the story is better.
I agree with you. I think yes, also the story is better than the character, but I don't think another history without this actress from Nazaré Tedesco. I cannot see another person in her character. It must be her, for example. That was very important. And you, Jassy?
Well, I think it's a mix. You need to have a good, at least a good character to have a good story. Because I was reminded right now from iconic character too. Because I don't know if you remember a character, also a villain named Phillips. He was also he had so many iconic like is lines, iconic lines, and the soap opera wasn't very good. I don't remember being very good, but he was a very good character. So I think you can have a not very good soap opera, but you can have a very good character. So I think it depends. It depends. When you don't have a good soap opera, you can have a good character. I think that it goes both ways. You can have a great soap opera and not have a good character. So it has to be a mix of both of them.
A
It has to be a
combinations?
mix. It has to be a combination of both. So
Yeah,
one cannot live without another.
interesting point of view. That's true. That's really important, both of them. Yeah, because one is part of the other, right? And if we have both good, then we have one incredible history, one incredible soap opera. But if we have only one side, good, the other no, the other not. At least we have one balance, balanced soap opera to watch. But guys, we are in the end of our conversation, and I would like to know what's your opinion about this topic that Bruna brought for us. Very interesting topic. Actually, I didn't know what to talk about this because I don't watch nowadays, but you bring me some ideas, some thoughts that it was very interesting for me. So I learned a lot with the two of you today about because of you sharing your point of view. So I want to know about you, Pedrito. How was that for you?
Yes, it's good. Was good for to practice the vocabulary, other words. Like I don't remember talk about soap opera. It's new for me. And other words like villain, and we don't say too much in our daily lives.
You don't have too much villain in your life, Pedrito, nowadays. Maybe only your daughter in
No,
her movies.
not like the yeah, but not maybe, but we don't talking. I don't talk in English too much. This.
But it's interesting, right? Because it's one topic that we don't talk nowadays. We don't talk too much about it, but we bring some vocabulary. It was one topic that was not so easy because so we don't have updated, let's say, information about the news. But still, we could manage to answer our questions, the questions, and to give our opinion. And I think it's important that platform because of that. We can practice our English, our communication. I don't have too much villain in my life.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't have no. Yeah, I don't have no. Thanks, Pedrito, for sharing your opinion. And you, Jassy, you give a lot of opinions about soap operas. Huh? I think you watch more than me and Pedrito.
I watch a lot of soap operas. So, and my family watches a lot of soap operas. So I'm always watching by osmosis. So it was a really nice topic to talk about. I had never actually talked. I had never had a conversation about soap opera, so it was really nice to talk about. And the team was really nice, and was a really nice conversation, a really nice chat as always. And I said to, I can escape you, so I'll always be here, and I'll always be wherever you are. Thanks.
Pleasure, Pedrito, because before the immersion started, I think maybe before you come in the group, in the chats today, we love because it's like I replaced another immersion this week also, and she was there too. I said, oh my God, I think you tried to be with the host from the immersion, but I'm the one who appeared, and I appear again, and she come to my immersion as well. So it was a kind of, I'm, a, I'm looking where she's going and I'm going together. So guys, thank you so much for the immersion. It was a pleasure to have you here. On the chat, I put the survey. If you'd like to answer, we really appreciate your feedback. This goes to Bruna and for Talk and Talk for her to know that the topic was interesting about to talk. And if you have any suggestions, also you can say, and she will be more than happy to receive your suggestions to any topic that you would like to talk. Okay. And that's it about it. Yes.
Thank you.
And
Have a
I
nice
hope
day.
I hope you have one enjoyable week.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a good week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you
Bye.
so much.